It's time for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris at Slumberland Furniture. From Slumberland Furniture in Osage Beach, here are your hosts, William Holtz and Chris Schneider.
Guess who's back from the sunny beaches of Florida?
Yeah, man. Oh, I'll tell you what, I sure had a good time there, but I did miss you, brother.
I missed you too. Welcome back to Uncle Chris. It's time for this week's Cup of Coffee. We're going to talk with Nadine Kelsey from the Pregnancy Help Center. They got their big chili cook-off coming up. And Chris, man, the PHC is such a great organization here at the lake.
Oh, man. I told Nadine that I should have done the interview because I would have been more authentic with flatulence and everything with that chili cook-off. That's for sure and for certain.
There's a reason you couldn't be the guest judge for that event.
No kidding.
Michelle said no way. We're going to talk to her about that. We also got some great news. Capital City Productions. They're going to be coming to the lake. We're going to tell you all about that, meaning new theater productions here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Going to talk a little bit about pre-screening for colon cancer and why that is so important. Plus, we're going to give you a rundown of lake area basketball teams and some great local stories. All that and more after this from Daryl at Slumberland.
Hey everybody, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We still have our President's Day sale going on till the end of the month. Couple reminders. Discounts for every room of the house, including the mattresses. 0% interest financing, along with the great sale deals. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
All right, so really excited. As much as I loved having my buddy Jason Vansel on, my guy's back from Florida. You look rested. You look a little darker in color. Pretty good time down there in Florida?
Yeah, I just had a great time. And Jason, thank you for filling in last week. Great job. But Florida was nice. It was awesome. It was fun. Spent a lot of time on the beach. And when it was too hot on the beach, I spent a lot of time on the balcony, looking out at the water and the Gulf and all that stuff. It was good. A lot of great food.
I was going to ask if you had any fresh seafood while you were out there.
Yeah, I had some good seafood. I'm a pasta seafood guy. I love like shrimp pasta and stuff like that. So I put on a couple pounds. But we had a wonderful time. Had a wonderful Valentine's Day with the lovely Mrs. Uncle C. And watched the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, baby. That was greatness. I'm still in shock that they won the Super Bowl.
Hey, he's celebrating, but he was not predicting it.
No.
He was taking the Eagles, and he was ready to be the most hated man at the lake just to win the Lake TV Fantasy or the Pick'em League, which you didn't. You finished third.
Right.
Because you went with the Eagles. You went all in on the Eagles. I want everyone to remember he did not pick the Chiefs.
That's right. And I actually thought the Eagles were going to win.
But you are happy the Chiefs won.
Very happy the Chiefs won.
I got to say, Kevin Hornick won the trophy. Andrew, second place. 1 point
back.
Can you believe that?
And Andrew led the whole year until was it the second round of the playoffs? He
had like a 4,000 point lead going into the halfway point. I mean, it was mathematically impossible for him not to win the championship.
And then he found a way. Yeah,
it's like the Bills, they had every. All right, well.
But so I am so happy the Chiefs won, but I really didn't think they were going to do it. I really thought they were going to lose to Cincinnati in the AFC Championship, and then I thought they for sure were going to lose to the Eagles. But credit to the Chiefs, they could lose to anybody this year, and they could beat anybody this year, and they just found a way to win it all. That's
right.
Awesome.
But you were on vacation for all that, had a great time. You said Valentine's Day was good. I wanted to mention real quick, I got real spoiled this year.
Yeah, what's going on with the bling there?
I've watched this right here for a couple, probably at least a year.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't buy it for myself. It's a Bills pendant, with some diamonds and gold chain. Unique got that for me.
Yeah.
Also got me, speaking of seafood, she stopped at our buddy David upstream.
Yep.
Bought me one of those big crab leg boils. And so we had that Thursday night.
Yep.
And she got me one of those cards that opens up and it, explodes everywhere with some pictures. So she went all out for me this year. So yeah, great Valentine's Day and enjoyed the Super Bowl. So, but we're glad to have you back. That week vacation always needed, especially for you, the hardest working man in media at the lake. So glad to have you back, refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be back. Yeah, it's weird. Because we're almost joined at the hip, you know. We do so much together. It's kind of weird not seeing you for a week or whatever.
Was
so
weird.
strange.
I looked in the mirror and I didn't see my shadow, you know. I was like, wait, where's my jelly?
Oh, it's kind of funny. I'm definitely the jelly, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm the peanut butter. Neither one is real flattering, you
No.
know, peanut butter or
boy.
jelly. All right, so our first local story, I don't know if you saw this, but Capital City Productions, which is based out of Jefferson City, they do big theater performances like musicals. They've done Sweeney Todd, they've done Shrek the Musical, they've done A Christmas Story. Big productions, and they do dinner theater style up in Jefferson City, and an old church is where they used to be. And our local Adam and Kendra Shields, who you know have won Best Actor and Best Actress in the state of Missouri, they've starred in many of those performances. And good news announced, Capital City Productions is headed to the Lake of the Ozarks with professional live entertainment. They'll be opening a second theater venue in Osage Beach, and guess where it's going to be?
Where? Where is this going to happen?
At the 1,000-seat Main Street Music Hall, which was the favorite source of entertainment here at the lake for decades. Of course, that is part of Blair's Landing from the Blair's family. It's, of course, located off Main Street. They're going to provide high-quality live entertainment for thousands and probably even more like millions over the years. Conventioners, bus tours, and meeting attendees. Their plans, Chris, to move forward and reopen Main Street Music Hall is gonna happen soon. They're planning for shows this summer. Local musicians, actors, artists, carpenters, and other volunteers will have the opportunity to work and interact with these professionals. And so they're gonna have theater camps for young people who are interested in the arts and theater moving forward. And this is huge because when you talk about the climate of theater and arts and museums, and I'll tell you what, it is growing fast. And with the lake growing, this is a much needed entity, and something as iconic as Main Street Music Hall, to have somebody come in with this track record, these resources, this talent, really exciting for the lake. And one thing they said, the entirety of the landing, it is the vision of the Blair family, which has been searching and being selective about the right group to come in and open the doors of this theater again. And a Capital City Production spokesperson said that the theater company is so honored that the Blairs feel that their theater is worthy of their privilege to bring live theater back to the lake in their venue, and is committed to living up to the trust and support. And I will say again, if you don't know about Capital City Productions, I've seen 3 of their large performances. Hard to beat, incredible, and I am so excited about them coming to the lake.
Yeah, I'm excited about this too. It's one of the kind of the areas that we're missing here at the Lake of the Ozarks. You know, you go to Branson, they've got this all over the place. That is Branson, you know. And we're obviously a different place. We operate a lot differently, but we don't really have that element. So hopefully with them coming in, that they can do it right and be successful at it and give us back that nice element that we, and if they're doing classes with the kids and stuff like that, that'd just be so great.
It's worth noting that for all of us here in the community, whether you're business, whether you vacation here, whether you're full-time, that's a big deal, and it's important that you support them and go attend their grand openings and their events, and if they need volunteers, attend that and support them, because the more of us that can get together and synergize, the better. And that's one I want to see succeed, and
Absolutely.
I imagine it will. All right, so this is one of the most important stories we'll do all year long, and that is colon cancer. Spreading awareness and preventing it, that's possible. Believe it or not, it is estimated that 50,000 people will die this year in the United States due to colon cancer. And it's actually, of course, colorectal cancer, and the average lifetime risk for men, so for you and I, 1 in 23 will be diagnosed with colon cancer, and for women, 1 in 25. The 4th most commonly diagnosed cancer in the U.S., the 2nd leading cause of death from cancer in the U.S. The estimates for 2023, Chris, is that 153,000 people will be diagnosed with colon cancer, while 52,000 people will die from colon cancer. And young people getting diagnosed with colon cancer is on the rise. And so it's important to know can be prevented or can be caught by screening. It's preventable, it's treatable, and it's beatable. And our partners at Central Ozark Medical Center are helping spread awareness for the entire month of March. If you complete a screening, you're going to receive a $20 Amazon gift card, and you're also going to be entered to win a grand prize every single week of a $100 gift card to Amazon. So really cool that they're doing this. There are guidelines to be an existing COMC patient over the age of 45, and you need to set an appointment. And that's important because when you look at so many, Chris, of these cancers that have an opportunity to kill people, we're finding out that early screening, early detection, and finding it early allows it to be preventable or treatable at least, and less likely to lead to death. And so it is important. If you are over the age of 45, even if you don't think anything is wrong, get a screening for this. I would tell you how important it is. And as you get older, Chris, those things are so important, and you don't really think about when you're a little younger, but now's the time to start thinking about it.
Yeah, and and you hear about colon cancer, you hear about it quite a bit because of those statistics. So it's kind of cool that COMC, and COMC is such a huge part of our community now, and the health of the community, that they put together this event really to help the community and say, okay, so for the whole month of March, we're going to do this colon cancer screening event, absolutely free, basically for you. We just want to remind you to do this. This coming from COMC. So think about that. Take advantage of that, because this, in the big cities, you don't get this stuff. You get this here in our wonderful Lake of the Ozarks.
And we got this information shared from Constance Hoffman, who is the Marketing and Public Relations Manager, and she went on to say that regular screening beginning at the age of 45 is the key to preventing colon cancer. If you're 45 to 75, getting screened regularly is so important. Now, if you're younger than 45 and you think you might be high risk, or you're older than 75, you need to talk to your doctor because it might be important to get screening. Colon cancer and other kinds of cancer don't always cause symptoms, and that's why it's so important to get screened regularly so you can catch these cancers in the early phases where they're easily treatable and won't lead to more severe results. And so kudos to COMC, and remember, whole month of March, reach out to your COMC location closest to you and schedule your pre-screening for colon cancer. Pretty cool. All right, now next, we told you about the chili cook-off. We're gonna have Nadine Kelsey with the Pregnancy Help Center. She's gonna be in to talk to us about that. But first, why don't you guys nominate us a hometown hero?
Hey everyone, it's Wild Will.
And I'm Uncle Chris from Slumberland Furniture.
Hey, hopefully you've seen our new Hometown Heroes segment presented by Central Ozarks Medical Center.
We highlight a new hometown hero on Cup of Coffee every week.
People that make a difference right here at Lake of the Ozarks.
Maybe you know someone who is selfless, serves others, and deserves to be recognized.
If so, we invite you to nominate them to be our next Hometown Hero.
So all you got to do is go to our website, click on Contact, and select Nominate a Hometown Hero, and send in why this person deserves to be recognized.
Do that, and maybe your nomination will be our very next Hometown Heroes right here on Lake TV.
Yeah, for Lake TV, I'm Uncle Chris.
And I'm Wild Will. We look forward to seeing those nominations.
And we're back with our featured guest, as promised, Nadine Kelsey with the Pregnancy Help Center. And Nadine, you guys got a big upcoming event you're really excited about. We got the chili cook-off coming up again.
Yes, we do. It's so much fun. It'll be Thursday, March 9th at the Exchange in Camdenton. Beautiful venue there. And it'll be at 6 o'clock in the evening. If you are entering chili, you can get there anytime from 1 in the afternoon on to start setting up your booth. You can decorate your booth in a superhero theme, because that's our theme this year, is superheroes. And then, but if you are entering chili, you have to be there by 5:45 that night to get it all set up and ready to go. But if you're coming to taste chili, you can be there at 6.
And this is a really cool event because not just are we raising money for the Pregnancy Help Center, but there's some serious bragging rights. And for whoever wins, I understand their chili's going to be featured somewhere locally.
Yes, it's so exciting. This is the first year we've done this, but we're partnering with Redhead Yacht Club, or restaurant, and they are going to feature the winning chili recipe in their restaurant for a month. That'll be kind of like a featured soup of the day. And I'm not totally sure what month they're doing that yet. We're thinking we might wait till the fall, so it's a little bit more of chili season, but we'll definitely make sure that that's known. And so yes, the winning chili will be featured in Redhead Restaurant.
That's a great place. So many people
Yes.
love that year-round dining. So the Pregnancy Help Center annual chili cook-off, it's Thursday, March 9th at the Exchange venue. Starts at 6. But tell us a little bit about the Pregnancy Help Center and what your guys' goal and initiative is here at the lake.
Yeah, so one of our main things is that we just want to come alongside women, families, dads in the community who are maybe facing an unexpected pregnancy or even an expected pregnancy that might just need some support, some tangible help with clothes or diapers or formula, things like that. All of the services that we offer are free to the community, and we can only do that because of the generous donations from the community as well. So thank you all very much for that. But yeah, we offer free pregnancy tests, free first trimester ultrasounds. We do a whole bunch of different types of classes, parenting classes, life skills classes, budgeting classes, and then also all of like the prenatal classes, labor classes, things like that. So we have a huge baby boutique that the moms and dads can earn mommy and daddy bucks by taking the classes, and then they can come in and they then buy the stuff that they need for their kids. And so in doing that, we're trying to help equip them to go into the world and really be able to care for themselves and their kids and their families. And if they're in need, we do give things to them as well. But
That's awesome. And we've long said here at Lake TV, one of the most crucial organizations here at the lake is your guys' Pregnancy Help Center, because so many individuals that might find themselves in that situation when you think you're pregnant or you are wondering what's next for these individuals, and so many people may not have a significant other still in the picture, may not have support at home from mom and dad, and so onto the scene comes a Pregnancy Help Center. And I know for us, we were in that situation, and we came to the Pregnancy Help Center and could not believe at how you guys welcomed us and you guys plugged us into resources. And from there, you really showed us, okay, so this is your next steps, because you just don't know, okay, what do I do? Do I schedule an ultrasound at what doctor? And you guys really help hold your hand. And so for people watching out there, maybe you don't need the service of the Pregnancy Help Center, but you want to get plugged in and volunteer, give of your time, your talents, your treasure, whatever it would be. Nadine, how can they plug in and reach out to you guys?
Yeah, so probably the best way is to give us a call, 573-346-3337. That is for our Camdenton location, because we also have a satellite location in Versailles as well now.
Awesome.
But we really could use volunteers that are mostly, like front desk volunteers, answering phones, welcoming clients, helping them do intakes. We train you very, very well for those positions, and we do not leave you alone on your own, because it can be a little bit intimidating when you have those clients coming in. So we train you very well. We make sure you're very, very well prepared to go on your own. So we need volunteers to do that kind of stuff at the front desk. And then with the chili cook-off, I'm pretty well set on volunteers for that. So we would love for people to just come in and have a great time at the chili cook-off.
Right, so we need you guys Thursday, March 9th at the Exchange venue. It starts at 6, and you buy a ticket, and then you get to taste all the chilies, or?
Yes, so right now tickets are $15. You can get those online by going to our website, phclozpartners.com. That'll give you all the information about the chili cook-off, whether you want to just come taste chili or if you want to enter chili. All that information is there. You can register that way, or you can come the day of, and the pricing goes up a little bit, but it's still very reasonable. We're going to have walking tacos. We'll have some desserts, some drinks, and then, of course, all the chili that you can eat. So.
That's so awesome. Again, that is Nadine Kelsey with the Pregnancy Help Center, Thursday, March 9th at the Exchange venue, their annual chili cook-off, and Jeff Carr from The Big Show, 92.7, celebrity judge. You can see him. Something tells me a lot of people in the community will be there, so we'll look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
Not a problem. We'll be back with more Cup of Coffee right after this. Man, Nadine Kelsey from the Pregnancy Help Center, she is awesome. And that's a cool event, chili cook-off. And I really like the element this year that whoever wins that contest is going to have their chili featured for an entire month at Redhead Lakeside Grill. It almost makes me want to enter a chili, have Unique make one up, because how cool would that be to have your dish featured at Redhead, one of the best restaurants at the lake?
And that's one of my favorite dishes. One of my favorite meals is chili, all right? I just love chili, right?
I love chili
So
too. I don't love the thought of you having chili and then me spending time around you.
No, that's probably not good, right? Yeah.
We'd have to do a beanless chili.
You need it to be outside when that happens, that's for sure.
That's greatness. All right, so believe it or not, with Tuesday night's Eldon at Versailles game, Lake TV concluded their live high school basketball season coverage. Of course, still got the coaches show the next couple of weeks. But as we look at our local teams, Chris, I'll tell you, there's a lot of competitive teams. And Versailles, 19-6, they wrap up the regular season. They won 11 of their last 12 games. And they are looking to make a run as they start their district tournament next week. And for the girls, they have won 4 of their last 5 games. They're 14-11, and they also played at Eldon Tuesday. Of course, we don't know the results of either of those games, but that's an impressive season for both of those squads, especially the boys feel like they can make a run.
Great turnaround for the Versailles ladies. Coach Temporary Gunter, I believe is her name. Just an amazing job there. So they did great. The Osage ladies turned around under their new first-year head coach, Hunziker. He won a state championship at Boonville 2 years ago, came to Osage, turned that program around, doing great. The Eldon ladies had a really, really good season, doing very well. So yeah, some local, but don't forget how great the Max Creek's teams were this year. The girls, winners of 14 in a row going into the district tournament. The boys, almost 20 wins with a chance to win their district tournament. It's just been a really good year. And you know what else is exciting is there's a lot of young players on all of these teams, so they're going to be good for a few more years.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Max Creek, unbelievable. They kind of get forgotten about. The last few years, we've heard about them more. They got a big name head coach in Ron Dugan, and the program has had some real success. But the guys, 19-7, 13 of their last 15 games. The girls, 21-5, and like you said, 14 in a row as they head in the district tournament. Both teams have a shot to win their district.
Yeah.
Another program locally that we don't talk about enough is Tipton. The girls, the best team in the state of Missouri, 25-1. The boys, 21-5. And they just played Sweet Springs Monday night in the opener of the district. So you talk about Max Creeks, Tipton, Versailles. Don't forget about the California girls, 21-5, 6 in a row, headed into their district tournament next week. The boys 11-12, Camden 11-13, the girls 7-16, Osage boys 11-14. They kind of struggled after starting 6-2. They lost 12 of their last 17 games, but that's a team that once they get into districts, I wouldn't be surprised to see that squad make a run.
Yeah, when they play well, they can stay with anybody, so they have a chance. And they, again, that young Osage team, they've got a bunch of freshmen that are really good players, so they're going to be good for a long time. They've already got a Hall of Fame coach. So, yeah, the basketball here is fun and good, and it's going to get better.
Yeah, and we did want to mention the Warsaw Wildcats, new conference for them. They struggled. They won their opener. The boys, they're going to finish 1-23 going to the districts, and the girls 5-21. But another program, they, just like Versailles, have entered a new conference, and they're going to start getting settled. So it's an exciting time for Lake area school districts, for athletics, and I'll tell you what, speaking of athletics, have you seen any of the headlines about the Chiefs here at the lake?
Just a few.
I saw Alana Resort, the resort where Bill Du Bois, the writer, creator of the Ozarks series, worked in his college days here at the lake. Do you see what they're doing for KC Chiefs players?
They're like offering a free stay to Chiefs players, right? Wow.
I thought that was a good marketing ploy. After this big Super Bowl victory parade, the Chiefs could be headed to Lake of the Ozarks, and Alhana Resort says, hey, do it, stay with us, we'll give you a free night. We'll also give you a $20 gift certificate to the Blue Cat Lounge. But something tells me, as enticing as that offer might be, most Chiefs players coming to the lake probably have some, not that Ohana Resort isn't, 5-star, but I know a lot of them like to stay at places like Porta Chima. They have houses and stuff. So, but it was cool because you saw it get some media attention, and who knows?
We're talking about it, right?
Yeah. And because of the tie to the Ozarks series, you might see, I could see Travis Kelce being like, hey, Patty, let's head down and stay at the Ozark and see if,
I could see that too, yeah.
Because they're so much fun. But I thought that was pretty cool. And members of the team can contact Ohana directly to book their free trip. So if all the Chiefs players like watching a cup of coffee and they just are hearing this story, Patty, Travis, Andy, you guys got to give a call to Ohana, and you're going to get 2 nights. Oh, if you buy 2 nights, get a 3rd night free, as well as a $20 gift certificate to the restaurant. So pretty cool. We talked about it. Like Expo did an article on it. So good move. Got some free media.
Absolutely.
And who knows if one of the Chiefs don't show up.
And they come down here quite often. I know Travis Kelce does. They might see that and laugh, and stuff, but it's a great marketing because it has people talking about it, So.
And Lake TV would like to add to that. If Chiefs are watching, we're going to offer a free interview appearance on my show.
There you go.
Here with Chris.
Yeah.
So if you want to take us up on that when you come down for your free stay. All right, so as we shift from the fun stories, interesting is a murder investigation at the lake. According to Lake Expo, a body was found in a Camden County home this week, and Camden County deputies are investigating it as a possible homicide. Now, at first, on Thursday, February 16th, the Camden County Sheriff's Office received a call about a male subject who was unresponsive in his home south of Camdenton. When deputies and paramedics arrived, they found a deceased male laying on the floor. Sad situation, the man identified as 62-year-old Thomas Gifford, and the Sheriff's Office estimates he had been dead between 3 and 7 days. At first, nothing crazy. Now, detectives spoke with the person who made the emergency call. It was a friend of the deceased, and he had not heard from him in several days. That's why he wanted a safety check. Well, detectives then applied for and were granted a search warrant, and during the service of the search warrant, they reportedly discovered evidence of a suspicious death and are currently investigating the case as a homicide. Camden County Sergeant Scott Hines had told Lake Expo, I've been doing this for 19 years, and when I've seen similar cases like this, they have all been homicides. Now, at time of our recording, no other information about the evidence could be released at this stage in their investigation, and the cause of death is not likely even going to be known until they get the autopsy results back, and that's not been performed as far as I'm concerned. But sad situation, worth noting, looks suspicious, and so the autopsy results to wait on. And if we get any more on this, we'll continue to update you. But sad situation, we lift up the deceased, friends and family. Just sad to see that we seem to get more and more headlines like that at the lake that we have to cover, but it doesn't prevent us from, feeling it a little bit.
Kind of sad, and I also think about the poor police folks that have to go in. That's a job I could not do. Go into like a murder scene or a death scene like that. Guy's been dead for a week. That's not a pleasant situation. So hats off to first responders and stuff that handle all that.
Yeah, great point. Definitely takes special individual to be cut out for that line of work. So we're going to move on a couple cool things. Kevin Hilly, might know that name. The Hilly and Hart, Cat Country. Also, many years, 1019, the morning wake up, the wave wake up. He's making his first appearance on Lake TV this week on Talk of the Town, which will be through Happy Hour with DJ Kyle Miller. Not going to spoil the surprise because it's going to be a really cool feature, but man, we're excited to have Kev on our team.
Love Kevin. He's such a great guy. He's been, there's a generation that have grown up listening to Kevin Hilly on the radio.
Me, one of them.
So he is joining Lake TV to do this feature, Talk of the Town. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you can see the debut of that on the Happy Hour show. So
with DJ Kyle
keep
Miller.
an eye out with that,
Super excited about that. And some big time events. Listen, this weekend is the Mardi Gras Pub Crawl, Friday through Sunday. Buses are back. Go to lakepubcrawl.com. SuperPlunger.com. Also, Saturday, the Polar Plunge. Team JT Girl right here, Super Plunger.
There you
can
go.
watch the parade live stream to Lake TV's Facebook page. You can also watch the official recap video early next week. Don't miss Brian McKenzie, FCA, on this week's Community Spotlight. He talks about Easter.
Yeah, former NFL player, now with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. That'll be very good.
And St. Charles Boat Show Thursday through Sunday. I know a lot of people are headed up. It's going to be awesome. Well, we're out of time. Glad to have you back, my friend. Look
Good to
forward
be
to
back.
doing it again next week. We'll see you then.